And a good afternoon. Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And this is the final session of the 2021 Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Thanks for joining us on as many of these games as you have. Hopefully some of you have been on all of them. This is the first of the final three. We have the West Prairie Cyclones against the Illini West Chargers. This is a game to decide third place. First and second have already been decided. Macomb will be the tournament champions. West Hancock will be the second place team in the tournament. And as I said, both these teams enter 2-2. The winner will be the third place team in the tournament. The Cyclones lost a heartbreaker to West Hancock on a last second, and I mean literally last second, as the buzzer was going off before the ball got through the net. In the morning session, that was the middle game, Luke Jacko broke the hearts of the Cyclones after the Cyclones had taken the lead with 9.9 seconds remaining. It was a great finish there, but Illini West gets here with 2-2. They have beaten Illini Bluffs and BPC. They've lost to Macomb and West Hancock. So it is both squads 2-2. West Prairie lost the heartbreaker, and then they lost big last night to Macomb. So they've had both extremes of the losing variety so far in this tournament in back-to-back games. They lose a heartbreaker at the buzzer and lose a demoralizing 40-point loss to the Bombers last night. They did come back and play much better today, so I would imagine that they'll play and be ready to go against Illini West, who is down a couple people, it would appear, as they only have 3 people on the bench for the Chargers. This is, of course, the second game for both of these teams. Illini West played Macomb in the morning session on the first game at 10 o'clock. West Prairie played at 11:30, so it was 10 and 11:30 games. And the Cyclones are getting ready to be announced here, as are the Illini West Chargers. West Prairie will be the visiting team. Braxton Dunn will be one guard. Nick Manzo, who played much of the fourth quarter against the Bombers with 4 fouls. Luke Shirey will start as well for the Cyclones. Nolan Dietrich, who had a few key baskets but was not able to get going against Macomb this morning. Bailey Sullivan, a guard, number 20 for the Cyclones. Braden Robertson, number 11. Kyle Rhodes will start for West Prairie. Max Richardson was pretty quiet against Macomb also. And Brandon Clark will start for the Cyclones. And number 44, Tanner Freeman, will start for Illini West. That is your starters for this contest. You've been listening to the pregame show brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. So 32 minutes of basketball ahead to end this tournament for the West Prairie Cyclones. As we're just about ready to tip off here for this, and Richardson's going to get the win on the tip, and Dietrich will take it back the other way. Dietrich's going to look at the 3 right off the bat, and it's good. Nolan Dietrich gets the bucket. And trying to respond is Sullivan, and it goes over the backboard out of bounds. And alongside now is Kenny Suter.
Got here just about right in time.
It's hell when you have to work, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But
Robertson on the drive now. But you got here nonetheless,
yeah.
right?
Dietrich showing off that sharpshooting ability that he used to win last night over Illini Bluffs.
Dietrich 4-3 again. And it's off the back of the rim, no good. Dietrich not able to get anything going against Macomb this morning, but opened this game with a 3. There's Dunn with it, top of the key, 7:05 to go. Shirey, who was big from three-point range in the morning contest, is got things evened up at 3 now with 6:55 to go. As Manzo has it, he gets it to Robertson. Robertson now is going to drive, put up the shot, it's good. Braden Robertson gets the bucket, and it's 5-3 Chargers. Dunn to Shirey. He'll try it again, and he'll hit. Oh, back of the rim. I thought that was in. I about said he hit.
Looked
hit
really
it again.
close right on the side.
Skipped to Manzo, but knocked out of bounds. I think it might have went off Richardson, actually. And it's going to be possession to West Prairie with 6:26 to go in the first quarter. Kelly Sears was here for the morning session with me. Kenny Suter is going to be here for the afternoon session with me, or evening session, or
whatever we're going to call it.
It's late afternoon, early evening, into mid-evening probably at the rate we're going to go. Done with it. Sullivan for 3. It's good. And the Cyclones have the lead 6-3, or 6-5, excuse me. 2 threes for the Cyclones, 1 for the Chargers. Now Freeman's going to drive, and Clark is going to pick up the foul. Brandon Clark gets his first, team's first, with 5:52 to go in the first quarter. Steve Martin walks by behind. Thought he was going to hit me for a second. Manzo to Freeman. Manzo had a good game against Macomb this morning. Got into foul trouble, though. May have been the key to that game getting opened up a little bit.
Finished with 10 points on that game. Lead scorer for this Charger squad.
Richardson for 3, and it's good. 8-6 the score. And this may be one of those games here.
4 threes already in this first quarter.
Shirey to Rhodes. Now to Sullivan. Over to Dunn. Richardson is all up in Clark's mug right there. And that would have been a foul this morning, as Clark went out and gave a big hip check to Robertson as he went around. Done with it, picked up by Manzo, skips it over to Shirey. Pull up, jumper, no good. Manzo's going to push it back the other way. Richardson with it. He's going to pump fake, drive, go to the hoop, and the layup is good. Max Richardson gets the bucket and a timeout, 30-second timeout charge to West Prairie. We'll keep it here for a brief timeout. The game being brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Their athletic trainers and MDH rehabilitation centers with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in the prevention, care, rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. 10-6 is the score, 4:37 to go here in quarter number 1. Well, Kenny, it's a 3-point barrage kind of to start this thing, but the difference in the game is the 2 twos from Illini West.
Illini West definitely has the height advantage when you look down low with Richardson and Freeman, but both of them can shoot as well. So you're seeing West Prairie team have to play defense on both sides of that game plan with these 2 big men.
Sullivan with it, going to drive. Richardson follows him and slaps it out of bounds. And Made him feel like that was a pretty big block, but that block was shot from about the waist of Sullivan, so it's an easy shot to block. Sullivan to a cutting Shirey, and his shot's up and off, no good. Richardson outlets it to Freeman, and Freeman brings it down slowly. Pulls up, gives it to Richardson. Robertson for three. It's off the front of the rim, no good, and Clark rebounded that out of self-defense. Dunn on the dribble. Gets it out to Shirey. Shirey's really been the go-to guy today for West Prairie. Sullivan pull-up jumper off, no good. Richardson tips the rebound to Robertson. He pushes it up the other way. Freeman, corner. He's going to drive now. Pull up, left-handed shot is good. A little left-handed floater, actually, and it's 12-6.
West Prairie's got to get shored up down low, as they've let way too many inside shots be able to take advantage, and that's how they ended up down 6.
Now Sullivan gets the drive and can't get the finish. Now the baseball pass outlet to Freeman, and it's 14-6. 3:05 to go in the first quarter. We'll have a COVID timeout here in a couple minutes. Well, the next dead ball, and here it is. Richardson's going to get called for the foul, his first, team's first. And we'll take a break here. Well, are they going to take it or not?
Looks like they will not.
They didn't take one, did they?
Nope.
Huh, well, okay then, never mind. Glad you didn't listen to me and kept it here. 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. And
it's going to be a travel.
Clark's he just headbutted the basketball.
Now they'll take the COVID.
Now they'll take the timeout that they should have taken before. And we'll take a break as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. Final session of this 2021 Spartan Tip-Off Classic. Dwayne Hewlett, Kenny Suter, and Miles Hewlett here for this one. 2:39 to go in the first quarter. 14-6. And that's just 2 buckets for the Cyclones, both three-pointers, obviously, and it's really been a dominating first quarter start for the Chargers.
This Chargers offense is really kicking it up into high gear with multiple drive-in buckets, some threes from the outside. West Prairie just kind of needs to shore it up a little bit, and maybe even slow down. This Illini West team is a really quick, fast-paced play team that they really like to inbound the ball, get people out on this half-court line. They kind of slow down their offense a little bit. Maybe West Prairie can find a little more holes in their game. I
was getting ready to say while you were talking there, that was an awful long 1-minute timeout.
It's still going on.
I think that somebody forgot to start the timeout clock is what I think happened. I mean, Andy Rodeford's over there doing it, so, I mean, he would never do something like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, great math teacher and all.
he was trying to count in his head. Freeman with it. Manzo. No, that's Dietrich, excuse me. Manzo's over here on the near side. Skip to Manzo, the aforementioned. Why do you take one dribble and then pick it up? I just never figured that out. If you're only going to take one dribble, why not just hold it?
Yeah.
Freeman to Richardson for 3. In and out, no good. Clark with the rebound, and Dunn will take it back the other way. We're at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, 2 minutes of the first quarter. Shirey to Rhodes. Shirey.
Picked it up just a little bit late on that roll. It's going to be stolen by Freeman.
Freeman's going to go back the other way. He's had 2 fast break layups. the biggest guy on the floor is beating everybody else down the court, and Illini West leads by 10, 16-6. It's his second layup. Shirey with it. And Clark's going to come up with it. And Richardson mugs him, and then he double dribbles. And then Manzo knocks it away from behind. It's been a smidge chaotic here, Kenny.
Yeah. Illini West.
Denver Mitchell checking in for the
Trayton Anders coming in for the Chargers.
The Cyclones, that's what I was trying to get out.
Yep.
I kept wanting to say Trojans for some reason. I don't even know where the heck that came from.
Avon.
I guess. I don't know.
Is there going to be...
Now Manzo is going to pick up a foul. His first, team's second. Be out of bounds. Shirey to inbound for the Cyclones. Finally gets it into Sullivan. 1 minute remaining. I used to have to say that when I announced at Western. You had to say it on the PA system. 1 minute remaining. Like the officials weren't paying attention or something.
The officials always pay attention. You know?
Sullivan for three, hits it. And 3 threes is all the Cyclones have, but they trail by 7 here as we work towards the end of the first quarter of play. Into Richardson. Richardson puts it on the floor. Dumps it out to Manzo. Not going to get 3 seconds when you're moving with the basketball. Just throwing that out there, folks. And now it's tipped around, picked up by Manzo, who tries to save it in. Picked up by Sullivan, who throws it into Dunn. 8 seconds. Going to get a chance at a bucket. Oh, nice look to Shirey. And a block by Anders. And they're going to call him for the body, which I really think that he probably did get him with the body.
He did.
It was clean at the top, don't get me wrong.
But that body pushed him out of side. You could see when he went up.
Went right through him with the body. So, I mean, I can understand why you're bummed because it was a really cool block up top, but you can't look just at where the ball is. First free throw by Shirey is good. 16-10 is the score. It was 16-6 just a few seconds ago, so second free throw is good as well, down to a 5-point game. First point's not from the three-point line for the, that's not going to count as Robertson tried to throw one up. That'll stop. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and be back right after this.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to Bushel and Prairie City High School. Don't be offended if you hear me yawning. For some reason, I'm tired.
Hi, tired. I'm Kenny.
Tired's probably better looking than Dwayne, so I probably should try to be tired. But we're ready to start the second quarter of play. 16-11. Chargers with the lead over the Cyclones, but the Cyclones are on a 5-0 run thanks to a 3 by Sullivan and a pair of free throws by Shirey. And might point out that those are the first points not from behind the three-point line. Well, those 2 free throws still haven't made a 2-point bucket. Denver Mitchell to a cutting Shirey, and he's fouled by Dietrich. I did Dietrich credit there. If you're going to foul him, don't let him score, right?
It's a pretty good foul at that point.
Dietrich's first, team's fourth. Cyclones still without a foul here. Free throw off the back of the rim that time for Shirey. No good. Still 16-11. 7:49 just underway here in the second quarter. Second one is good. 16-12, down to a 4-point. And Richardson is wide open, and Robertson just didn't see him in time. Now a pass for Manzo from Robertson, too hard. Dunnan picks it up, Sullivan puts up the shot. It's off, no good. Rebound to Robertson, outletted to Dietrich. To Manzo, right corner, three. It's good. Nick Manzo gets the three to fall. And the scoring drought stops for at least the moment for the Chargers. Dunn for three, tries to answer. It's off, no good. Dietrich with the rebound, and back the other way the Chargers go. And Manzo goes right back to that same corner and just wants the basketball. You ever wonder what coaches think about when they're on the sideline? And to Richardson it goes. It's good.
2 point.
No, Nolan Dietrich gets the assist. 21-12, back to a 9-point game. But I say that because Justin Ellison was walking all the way to the opposite baseline as he's yelling at his kids talking. As Shirey miss. Sullivan with the rebound, but he can't do anything with it. Richardson to Manzo. To Dietrich. He's going to drive. Runner. Off, no good. Dietrich. Robertson. Runner is short as well. Good look, just not a good finish. 6:10 to go in the first half. 21-12. Mitchell with it.
Mitchell close, but they travel right there as he tried to fake out the defender without dribbling the ball.
Shirey with it. Luke Shirey had it stolen away, but Shirey gets it back after Robertson saved it in. And the pass stolen away again. Now they just keep batting it around like it's a hot potato. Denver Mitchell for three. It's over the backboard, out of play. Out of bounds. 5:43 to go. 21-12.
Coach Ellison, right when he got kicked out to the open man, you could see him pretty much take 3 steps onto the court and saying, here, here, here. About to play defense for his own team. 5:40 remaining in this second quarter.
21-12, as you can see on the screen, but in case you're not watching and only listening.
I'm sorry for that. Anybody's out there not listening?
The scoreboard is
not.
Gave you there's a three on the way. It's a three by Nola Dietrich.
Scoreboard's just a little slow.
It's not wanting to keep up with you.
There
we go. Sullivan for three. It's off, no good. It does that occasionally, folks. I saw him push the button, so I know he pushed it. It just doesn't always register. It's kind of like me. Things don't register with me all the time. Freeman. Manzo for three. It looks good. It is good.
Chargers team definitely has the hot hand right now.
Up by 15 now. Largest lead of the game. Shirey with it.
Sullivan takes the long two, and that'll be low.
Short. Down the floor goes to Manzo. And heads up in the top row. She was not paying nearly enough attention if that would have came right at her. Just throwing that out there for what it's worth. Gannon Bergman checking in for the Chargers. Brayton Anders back in. Clark back in.
And Jensen Laughlin
in. He didn't play in the first game. Denver Mitchell, a long three. It's good. It's 27-15. Those are not the highest priced pencils, so you may run out of lead pretty quick in those. I don't know.
There we are. Pass out to Manzo.
So it's going to be Dietrich for three again. It's good. Nolan Dietrich is feeling it. It's 30-15. done to Denver Mitchell, excuse me. Shirey puts up the shot. It's good.
And he had nice placement to get that up and around both defenders, as both Freeman and number 24 Bergman both had a giant height advantage on him.
Bergman going to turn around, put up the shot. It's off, no good. Clark's going to get the call. Why is it that these kids today, every time they commit a foul and the whistle's blown, they have to question why the whistle was blown?
I don't know. It's one of those things that no one really thinks that fouls should happen in a game, as the physicality is going around.
Bergman's first free throw's off, no good. I don't know. When I fouled somebody, I knew I did it about 95% of the time. I mean,
It's pretty obvious when
you know you do
foul.
it. Why?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you really didn't do it, but 99% of the time you did do them. Just like Anders should have got called for one right there.
And it's also the thing where 98% of the time you foul somebody and it never gets called.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's all how tight you want to call something. If you wanted to call every foul, we'd be here all day.
Hey, you could be a ref in the NFL if you wanted to call every foul.
Yeah, or no fouls. Bergman to the hoop. It's off, no good.
Had a great look there.
And Coach Duncan wants a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, but expanded into a full. Well, maybe they won't. Yeah, so we'll take a break as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back. And we officially have known that the timeout clock is not working because we just played a minute's worth of commercials and a 1 minute timeout. And we're just now getting a 15-second buzzer.
So minus 15, add about the 5 seconds of you talking. I'd say that was about a good
minute 20. Maybe they're giving
20.
if they're making them true media timeouts, they are longer than a minute because you get an intro or an outro and an intro along with the minute for the commercials. So if they're trying to make them a true media timeout,
I mean, we're quite important. We do need our media timeouts.
Yes, we do. You're right. Shirey having a little conversation with the official on the far side over there before we start.
2:50 remaining in this second quarter.
I was talking to these officials in the hospitality room between the last game and this game. Oh, a nice look down low, and then Dietrich is going to go right over the top of Shirey to block. Great pass, but Dietrich's going to foul Shirey. The official that's out by the 10-foot line and the one nearest here did 5 games yesterday.
Whew. On a Friday, no less.
Yeah, and there's a free throw by Shirey. He's no good. The one underneath the basket said this is his 10th game of the week.
It's hard to find officials around nowadays.
I said no big deal. We did. I've done 15. Well, I guess technically I haven't. I've only done 13 because you did a couple. Second one by Shirey is good. 30-18 is the score, and they need to get it across if you're an Illini West fan. They finally do. Manzo up there with it.
The real Iron Man of the squad, Miles on the camera.
Yeah.
Done every game for us so far.
Except for I had to run the camera yesterday, too. Anders with the offensive rebound and the putback. Kelly, in mid-game, we switched to me running the camera and doing play-by-play to Kelly running the scoreboard and Miles sitting down on the ground. Brandon Clark gets the bucket to fall, 32-20. That's what you call picking up the slack midstream right there, buddy. I took a commercial and said, Kelly, this is how I need you to do this. And he's like, okay.
All right. Missed three. It's going to be rebounded by Robertson.
Misses the putback. They missed a lot of putbacks. Have you noticed that?
That's one thing. They got that height advantage, so you're going to be able to rebound a lot easier, but you got to take advantage of that opportunity.
Denver Mitchell is going to be fouled by Anders. Team foul number 6. Richardson and Mudd checking in for the Chargers. Dunn. Denver Mitchell shot off, no good. It is Mitchell, Sullivan, Dunn, Shirey, and Clark on the floor for the Cyclones. For the Chargers, it is Robertson, Richardson right there, Freeman with it now, Manzo, and Mudd. Richardson taking it inside and doing some work. First time in the tournament, really, that he's really battling inside.
Had that mismatch against Shirey down low. Sullivan's going to miss that one.
And it's going to be Freeman with the rebound. Manzo takes it back up the other way. Now Richardson to the hoop again. That time he misses, but there for the putback is Robertson to get the bucket. It's 36-20, largest lead of the game now as we have 25 seconds left in the first half. Right side to Mitchell. Shirey has it knocked away from him, out of bounds. 15.3 seconds remaining. And it's 36-20, and the Cyclones have the basketball. One last attempt to get on the scoreboard again to Sullivan with 14 seconds. He goes to Dunn. 5, 4, 3, 3 on the way from Dunn. It's off the front of the rim. Clark gets the rebound, blocked by Robertson, and that's how the first half will end. The Cyclones 20, Chargers 36. West Prairie trails by 16. We'll take a break and be back with some stats right after this.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandensville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School halftime of what turns out to be the third place game. The first and second place teams have already been decided. The fourth and fifth place teams have already been decided. Or I guess technically not. The fifth place team has already been decided. The fifth and sixth has been decided. Third and fourth hasn't. I'll get it right in a minute. You know what I meant, right?
Yeah, you'll get it there.
Macomb will win first place. West Hancock is going to be second place. The winner of this game is third. The loser of this game is fourth. Illini Bluffs is fifth, and BPC will be sixth. Even if they could somehow beat Macomb, they'll still be sixth because they'll have the same record as Illini Bluffs, and Illini Bluffs beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how this all shakes down. The final session, this is the only one that matters.
Pretty much. However, we will have the two games after this one. Both of them should be pretty fun games. With Illini Bluffs taking on West Hancock, I'd really like to see that game because of the clash of styles between a really fast team and a team that kind of slows it down a little bit.
Yeah, and of course West Hancock is without Isaac Siegfried, who got a broken nose in a game last night against BPC, so he isn't able to play today. But Gage Scott came in this morning and played very well for him. So unofficial stats, we're missing 3 points for the
Cyclones?
Yeah, 3. I thought after I said 3, I was thinking it was only 2. 3 points for the Cyclones. But Denver Mitchell with 3, Luke Shirey with 6, Bailey Sullivan with 6, and he may have 9. I'm not real. That may be what we missed. And Brandon Clark had 2. For the Illini West Chargers, 6 points for Nick Manzo, 9 points for Nolan Dietrich, 4 points for Braden Robertson, 2 points for Trayton Anders, 11 points for Max Richardson, and 4 points for Tanner Freeman. And the Chargers have 6 3-pointers in the first half.
That's pretty much been their bread and butter so far, not just during this game, but during most of the tournament, with Manzo and Dietrich kind of pretty much playing Clay and Steph today, as they've been on the far sides, pretty much waiting for a screen to hit that 3, and Richardson down low. If both those are covered, he's been playing a little bit more of a traditional big man role, being down low, looking for the ball posted up. And Freeman was able to get a couple of nice fast break points for the big man, as he is also a good stretch 5 to get on that corner for a shot. This Chargers team is really offensively stacked, and you're seeing that right now, up 16.
So unofficially, 4 threes at least for the Cyclones. So there's been a lot of three-point shooting in this contest. I think this might be the biggest output at half of any team in the tournament so far, 36 points. We have not had a lot of first-half scoring in this tournament.
Beginning of the season, it's kind of one of those, you don't want to say first game jitters, but you're going to have to go through some miscommunications, a lot of turnovers for every team, it seems. Trying to get things loose beginning of the season, first week, you're going to go through that. Once players kind of find their rhythm, second half's points are pretty much overwhelmingly for both teams in every game better than the first half.
I might just have to let you do the next game, and I'll go take a nap.
That's perfect.
Holy smokes.
So I can go home and take a nap, and you could do the last game.
The last game will be the best. Should be. Well, I don't know if it'll be the best one, but it's Macomb-Bushnell, so a rivalry game at the very least.
It's going to be a fun crowd around once we get back into, more of a schedule type of normal scheduled game at around 7:30, I believe.
Yeah, it will be 6 and 7:30 is the scheduled times. I'm not real sure what time it is now, if we're on schedule or not. I'd say we're okay. Both teams are back out on the floor now. I'll tell you what, you got to see Devin White before he got hurt for Illini Bluffs, and if Devin White could have played through this tournament anything like he's played in that first game today, Illini Bluffs would have been a different ball club.
It really showed with him off the court, as you could see him running off the camera there with a knee brace on. First game that he played here fell after a hard foul, kind of messed up his knee a little bit.
Said he had a bone bruise and expected to be missed for 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks turned into 2 days.
2 days.
Well, those are the best kind of injuries when they turn into from 2 weeks to 2 days.
He fills that team perfectly as a point guard style player. That's one of the things that they missed when they were playing up against teams like West Hancock.
Yeah, and he would have helped against Macomb as well. So, we're ready to go to the second half here. West Prairie needs to, I don't know what West Prairie needs to do, to be honest with you.
It was Sherry with 9. So that's the three-pointer we missed.
Shirey. He had one in the second quarter. I knew there was another one in the second quarter, I thought, but I couldn't remember who hit it.
As the teams get back onto the court, Illini West will get the ball.
Manzo will be at the point again for the Chargers. 7:55 just underway in the second half here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Dietrich Richardson. 2-3 zone, or is this a man? It's a zone, isn't it?
It looks like
No, it's man, actually. It is man. Just wasn't enough movement to tell what it was. Dietrich wanted to go to Richardson, couldn't do it, so he gives it to Freeman instead. Oh, nice pass. Now to Robertson, out to Dietrich for 3. It's off, no good. I can't see for the people sitting here. Kyle Rhodes on the ground. Jump ball. Possession, West Prairie. It's getting hot in here. How are you wearing that
sweatshirt? Don't take off all your clothes.
How are you wearing that sweatshirt?
Pretty good. I'm feeling fine. I was working outside all day with 3 sweatshirts on.
Rhodes with it. Sullivan now.
Stolen by
Robertson's going to get the steal on a lackadaisical pass. Drives the hoop, backs out. Dietrich looks at the 3. Going to give it to Manzo instead. Manzo for 3, and it's good. Shirey's going to drive, pulls up, and throws it off of Sullivan, who was already out of bounds. Possession to the Chargers, 6:26 to go in the third quarter. And
Sorry, just kind of drove down a little bit too far, got stuck right next to that baseline. Sullivan had no place to go either.
Robertson with it on the dribble. Clock running, 6:14. Manzo's going to try it again, and he's going to hit it again. give him 4 threes in the contest. And Coach Duncan wants a full timeout. This game is being brought to you today by somebody.
If you could get your stuff out.
I got the wrong sheets. How do I always end up with the wrong sheets? How is it that happens? I've had them out 3 times today. There we go.
We are.
Get rid of those. Put those in there. This game being brought to you by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All this for $42 per year, $38 per year if you are 65 or older. Copies can be purchased at select locations as well in Bushnell, Colchester, and Macomb. 6:06 remaining, a timeout for the Cyclones. They trail by 22, 42-20, and it's been all Chargers here in the second half. Clark with it. Right side, it goes to Sullivan. His pass knocked away, stripped away, picked up, fallen down, rolled around, picked up by Rhodes. Sullivan now. Runner is off, no good. Clark with the rebound. Saved in by Freeman, and it's going to go out of bounds. Boy, it's just kind of all over the place here, isn't it, Kenny?
It's a couple of times that we've had that juggling of ball between teams, about 7 or 8 times before finally somebody gets up with it. 5:42 remaining.
Shirey, a little push off on Robertson there. Dunn's going to try to drive. Going to go to the hoop. Manzo gives him a shoulder.
Third foul. Excuse me, not Manzo. Should be second foul.
Second on Manzo, team's first of the second half. First free throw by Dunn. Is that Dunn? Yeah, Dunn, excuse me. First point of the game for Dunn. Second one is no good.
Cyclones have been doing well at the free throw line. It's just they haven't really had the opportunity to go there much.
Richardson, Manzo, he's going to take that all day long. That's 5 threes for Nick Manzo, 3 of them here in the third quarter. He's got all 9 of his team's points, and it's 45-21. Sullivan, Clark, and he's going to get
called for the reach.
Got called. Richardson gets called for the push. I thought they were going to call a carry.
Kind of looked like it.
Second foul on Richardson.
It's going to be way high.
Clark goes all the way back to get it. Dunn. Pump fake from 3. Gets it to Sullivan. 4:47. Clark back cut on Freeman. Blocked by Richardson, excuse me. Outlet to Dietrich. Dietrich's left-handed layup is good. 47-21. Cyclones need to get a run going here, some sort. Now Dietrich is going to get called for a foul, I think.
Yep. Third foul on
his
Dietrich.
Third. Team's third.
Mudd and Anders will come in.
Yep, Mudd and Anders, sorry. .4:15 remaining here in the third quarter.
That's going to be charge. Seen that a couple times since he's going to try to cut back. He lowers that shoulder and pushes off a little bit.
Shirey with the foul. teams first. They had only one in the second half, or in the first half.
Pretty clean so far, pretty much by both teams. 6 in the first half by the Chargers.
Manzo with it. Goes to Anders. Robertson. Little three-man weave at the top. Mudd. Manzo for three. He's going to miss that one. It's short. Richardson gets the rebound. He goes right to the rack and gets it to fall. (49-21). 30-point lead results in a running clock in the fourth quarter, and we're flirting with it again here. Shirey gets the bucket to fall, and the foul is going to be on, I think, 11.
Robertson.
It was Robertson, that's right. His first, team's fourth. And we're going to take the COVID timeout, and we'll take a break from here as well. 49-23, Chargers lead.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School CB timeout. COVID break, CB timeout.
Well, it's good that you knew what CB meant.
Well, anybody that's been listening to Kelly and I knew what CB meant.
3:38 remaining in this third quarter.
49-23, and Shirey's going to be at the free throw line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Gannon Bergman into the Illini West lineup. Shirey's free throw is good. 5 points in a quarter now for the Cyclones.
Down low. Going to come back around.
Anders to Richardson. Up top to Mudd. Right side to Bergman. Bergman looks for Manzo, gets it to him. Up to Anders near the 10-foot line. 3:05 remaining. Richardson pump fakes. Gets Clark in the air, drives the hole, doesn't finish strong. And Richardson's going to pull up lame. See if he gets things back together. A three on the way is short by Dunn, rebounded by Anders, and Manzo's going to take it the other way. 25-point lead for the Chargers. Mudd, pull-up jumper. Richardson with the rebound. It's off, no good as well.
Clark doing well so far, rebounding down low. 3 for Mitchell will be off.
Richardson with the rebound. 2:20 remaining in the third quarter.
Wide open shot will make
Bergman,
it.
And they're going to call a foul. Count the basket. Gannon Bergman's going to get the bucket. Dunn's going to pick up the foul. His first, team second. Bergman's going to have a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Ashton Barkley checking in. Also in, number 32, Clayton Hunt for the Cyclones. 2:14 remaining. Bergman's free throw is good.
Jensen Laughlin in now for Denver Mitchell.
Still 2:14 remaining, 52-24, 28-point lead for the Chargers. Did not expect this game to be like this. That's a travel. Shirey. Dunn. Out top to Shirey for three. It's good. Luke Shirey becoming the most potent player on this Cyclones team, but not enough. They trail 52-27. Mudd with it. He'll pull up for three. It's short. Richardson with the rebound. Pump fake, puts it up. On the floor, no basket. On the floor, no basket.
That was
Ashton
close
Barkley.
call.
Team's third foul. Be Chargers basketball underneath their own basket. And to Richardson it goes. He's going to go right to the hoop. And he's going to get fouled by Jensen Laughlin. Jensen Laughlin picks up the foul, his first. Team's fourth. They now have 5 players with 1 foul.
Evened up at 4.
Manzo to Richardson.
.117 remaining here in this third quarter.
27-point lead now for the Chargers. Shirey gets the bucket to fall. He's the only player doing much for the Cyclones today, at least at this point. Sullivan had a couple threes early, but hasn't done anything since the first quarter. Manzo for 3. It's off, no good. Dunn with the rebound. 43 seconds remaining. Dunn's going to drive, throw it up, off, no good. Rebound Bergman, outletted to Anders. Anders is going to go right to the rack. The layup is good.
.30 seconds remaining. So West Prairie's going to try and get another bucket.
Shirey looks right side to Jensen Laughlin. Laughlin to a cutting Dunn. He gets a shot up and in.
Nice play by Dunn to get around the defender. 7 seconds remaining.
Manzo. Mudd for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. That's how we'll end this quarter. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. Game being brought to you by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. The West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. And Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. Open April through October. Yes, they're closed right now, but during the summer they have all the best fresh produce. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. Don't forget, follow their Facebook page to find out when they are open in the spring. Manzo with it as we start the final quarter of play. The Chargers lead by 25. Bergman's going to drive. And you don't see that call very often, but you cannot run out of bounds on purpose to avoid a defender. And it's a violation, and that's what they called. Shirey, Hunt, Shirey to Dunn now.
Dunn looks to drive, and he'll get past
a couple of defenders, and Dunn gets the bucket to fall. Gives him his 5th point.
Kind of looked like Mudd thought that he had another person right behind him as a defenderman.
Mudd thought Richardson was going to take him, and Richardson thought Mudd was going to stay with him. Anders gives it to Richardson. Out to Manzo. To Anders. Richardson's going to take the 3. It's off, no good. Shirey takes it back the other way. Richardson cuts him off. Shots off, no good. Richardson with the rebound. 6:53 to go. It's 56-33. Manzo will take a 3. It's good. That is his 6th 3. He's got 18 points. 59-33. 6:33. 3 on the way is no good. Manzo picks it up off the ground. That was Jansen Laughlin. Manzo's going to stop and pop another one. That one's off, no good. Rebound was Bergman, and then Clayton Hunt's going to pick up the foul, I do believe.
In comes Dietrichs, Freeman, and Robertson for West Central. Excuse me, Illini West. West and Illini, it's really hard this tournament.
Bergman, there's a lot of Wests and Illinis and everything else in this thing. Manzo for 3 again. That one's short. Ashton Barkley with the rebound. Gets it out to Jansen Laughlin. Laughlin gives to Shirey. Off, no good. 6 minutes remaining. It's a 26-point game, 59-33. Right side to Bergman. To a cutting Robertson, and he missed the layup. Mudd came through with the rebound, but it was stripped away from him. Robertson saved it back inbounds, and then went off of Mudd out of bounds. If he could follow all that. 5:38 remaining, 59-33 still. The ball's tipped away, but Shirey is there to pick it up for the Cyclones. He'll put up 3. Off, no good. Long rebounds, kicked around, literally. And we're going to have a jump ball to be possession West Prairie. Denver Mitchell coming in for Cyclones. Dunn takes a seat. In case you need those. Down low to Barkley, to Laughlin. He's blocked by Dietrich, and Dietrich's going to come right back with it. 5:10 remaining in the basketball game. Robertson, 10-foot line, extended. Down low, it goes to Bergman. His turnaround jumper is off, no good. Mudd tips it away, and then tips it away again. And it goes out of bounds off of Mudd. Possession to the Cyclones. Denver Mitchell. Looks nice shot. Boy, did Bergman just grab all arm on Barkley, or was it me?
Yeah, he pretty much held hands with him to get the ball.
Well, whatever it takes. Nolan Dietrich, who was kind of the spark plug early, has been pretty quiet of late. Robertson to Freeman. To Dietrich. Robertson. Mudd. Bergman with the take in the bucket. Gets his 5th point of the night. Back to a 28-point lead, and that ball is going to be thrown away out of bounds. media timeout. We'll take a break as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandensville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to Bushland Prairie City High School. 3:43 remaining in the ball game. 61-33, a 28-point lead. It's been there several times, but the Cyclones have been able to keep it under 30. This game being brought to you by Yetter Farm Equipment. Yetter Farm Equipment with facilities in Colchester and Macomb, Illinois, is an agricultural equipment manufacturer that has been in business since 1930 and is currently hiring. Start a new career with excellent benefits and starting hourly wages of $18 to $24 per hour. For more information, call 309-776-4111 or visit them online at www.yetterco.com/careers. Dietrich with it. Robertson. Backdoor cut to Bergman. And, man, that was a nice play. Bergman gets his 7th point.
360 alley-oop right underneath.
30-point lead will mean the clock doesn't stop the rest of the way, I do believe. Now Mudd with the steal. They back it back out. 63-33, 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes remaining here in the basketball game. Looks like Illini West will go to 3-2 on the season and end the tournament above 500. West Prairie will finish 2-3 with wins over BPC and Illini Bluffs. Dietrich going to throw it away as he tried to get it to Robertson. 2:24, clock is still running.
Three will be off for Mitchell.
Outlet now to Dietrich. And he tried to dunk it. He grabbed the rim, but he didn't dunk it. Gives him 13
layup
on the night.
with a grab of
with
the
a rim grab, yeah. A finger roll with a rim grab.
More than ever I could do.
Yeah, me too. Don't feel bad. Cameron Kramer is in the ball game. Also in the ball game, number 22 is Adam Vale for West Prairie. Denver Mitchell is still in there. And number 14 is Carter Powell. Bergman tried, but then the putback is Drake Mudd. West Prairie is going to take a timeout. Wanted a timeout just to get somebody in the ball game, I think.
Looks like it. Oh, Ben Wren down on the far side.
Yep. Mason Moore is in as well. Skip over to Wren. Mitchell's blocked. Outletted to Dietrich, and he's going to back it out. Might be wondering why some of these people, and then Mudd from Dietrich gets the bucket.
Another timeout to get
Evan Guardian in.
45 seconds remaining.
That's the only bad thing about the clock not stopping. You have to call timeout essentially to get a sub. Wren going to give it to Kramer. He's going to drive, back it out, put up the shot. Off, no good. Rebound to Anders. 25 seconds remaining. Bergman, 12 seconds. Robertson.
And that will be the final.
69-33 is the final. We'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH with some stats in just a second.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I have some trophy presentations coming for third place. Illini West will get the third place. Braxton Dunn's going to make the all-tournament team.
And for Illini West,
Nolan Dietrich will make the all-tournament team for Illini West.
And now the third place trophy for the Spartan Tip-Off Classic for 2021 goes to the captains of the Illini West Chargers.
Illini West coming home third place in the tournament. So that's the all-tournament team selections. And Luke Shire's probably saying, I think he should have voted after this game. Max Richardson might have been saying the same thing, or Nick Manzo. Unofficial stats for this contest. Again, a team-high 17 points for Luke Shire. 3 points for Denver Mitchell, 5 points for Braxton Dung, 6 points for Bailey Sullivan, and 2 points for Brandon Clark. For the Illini West Chargers, 18 points for Nick Manzo, 13 points for Nolan Dietrich, 15 points for Max Richardson, 4 points for Tanner Freeman, 4 points for Drake Mudd, 7 points for Gannon Bergman, 2 points for Trayton Anders, 4 points for Braden Robinson. A lot of people in the scoring column, 3 in double figures, Kenny, and that'll get you a lot of wins.
It really will. Their offensive prowess really started off real quick with a couple of three-pointers by Dietrich and Manzo, and they pretty much never had any opposition against it. West Prairie was able to get a couple of threes on their own in the first quarter, but they just could not get the defensive pressure needed to stop this team.
Yeah, it was all Illini West most of the game in this one. We're going to end this one quick. Coach Duncan comes and talks to us. We'll put it at the start of the next broadcast. We will take a break now, and actually I want to tell you, though, the post-game show has been brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events Live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer area teams on to victory. Also want to thank Country Financial agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. So we'll be back here with West Hancock and Illini Bluffs in a game that really doesn't matter, but it's on the schedule, so we're going to play it anyway, right? So we'll be back right after this here on TSSR Game Time Live. It is a new feed. Don't forget that. New stream, so go find that one and join us in just a few minutes.